What's going on? My name is Sik Saleem, and you are tuned into a Six Visions exclusive interview. My guest today is DVO Music. What's going on, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining me here.
No problem. The pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, man, right off the bat, let's go. Who you are, what you do.
Well, I go by the name of DVO. I'm a recording artist from Windsor, Ontario, who is going to be dropping his first ever album, August 10th, which is only a few weeks away from, the day that we're actually talking about this right now. And, basically, I started off my journey last year after I released my first EP, which was called Genesis, which had 6 songs on it. And then from there, we went on to perform as an opening act for Fetty Wap, and the rest kind of became history. We kind of just started going up from there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about Genesis real quick.
Sure.
How did you come across how did you come about creating that process of that EP?
That really was kind of just something I was kind of doing for fun. There was really nothing going on behind it. It was just the way for me to kind of, start a hobby and whatnot. And then when I realized that people were actually enjoying it, and then all of a sudden I started performing it live and this and that, it became kind of like a reality for me where I'm like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't mind kind of doing this as a daily thing. It'd be pretty cool.
You always wanted to sing?
I used to sing a lot. Like, in elementary school, I used to kind of fool around, and I would sing like Bruno Mars' Grenade song all the time, and people would hate me for it. They would be like, yo, stop singing. Like, why are you singing? And, throughout high school, near the last 2 years of high school, I kind of got a little bit more confident, but I really didn't put myself out there much. I did a little bit of coffee house and stuff like that, which some people will know it's like an event that the school throws to kind of have people do some stuff, play instruments, sing, whatnot. And then, basically after we graduated, we just kind of got a click, and then we headed into the studio.
What was the first studio you ever recorded at?
The first studio I ever recorded at was Pusher's Collective Studio, which is a studio that's in our hometown. It's like located right downtown core of our city, and it's a pretty modern, very high class studio. And basically, we recorded the whole EP Genesis, all 6 songs, at that one studio.
Where did you draw the inspiration for it, though? Besides the fact that you're getting into this music thing new, you want to start making music now. Where's like the songs individually?
The songs individually, I kind of like, I related a lot to like the Weeknd and like kind of the Drake style and stuff like that. So for me to like sit down and write songs, I kind of wanted to write things that I would feel like people would connect with, especially in this day and age where, we have so many people that are in relationships that aren't in relationships, and it's just such a confusing scene that I decided that, I want to kind of tell people what kind of happened in my past relationships. So, every single song is a true story. It's basically something that happened, where I met this girl and I really liked her. And then, this girl ends up playing me and this, and this. And if you listen to a whole EP from start to finish, it's an actual story. So the first song is basically when I see this girl. The second song is basically, her going to the club to like just bottle up all her pain and stuff like that. And it just kind of goes there from there. So that's kind of like how we kind of started up with that one.
Fair enough. Now, you said you have a lot of Weeknd influence in your songs. Yes. And Drake influence. I hear it. A lot of people, I'm sure, hear it too. But besides being compared directly to the Weeknd, have you ever came across a situation when someone's like, that's too much like the Weeknd, that's too much like this, or you should create your own sound?
There's been a few times. But at the same time, I've told people this too. You may think that it sounds like the Weeknd just because he's more of a mainstream artist that he is today. He's much more global. He's much bigger than a lot of smaller artists and stuff like that. But in reality, I'm a vocalist. That's my style of singing, and I'm able to hit those notes that a lot of other people can't. And I take pride in that. Obviously, like with me working on the album for the past year, I've changed a lot. Like, it's more of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's not consistently, oh, you're sounding a lot like the Weeknd. No, it's now you're like, oh, you're sounding like Majid Jordan, and then all of a sudden now you're like sounding like Mazzari, and then so forth. And I get those, and I take pride in that, because I say, hey, that's pretty cool that you think that I sound like a very big artist, because in my mind, that means I'm proving something. That means I do have the talent that I need to kind of persuade myself to get there.
Now, what's your nationality?
I'm Persian. I was born and raised in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, but my parents are from Iran, and basically I'm 50-50.
50-50. That's
yeah.
funny. You posted on your Instagram bio.
Yeah, that's on my Instagram. 50% Canadian, 50% Persian.
The reason I asked that, not to be like fucking random as shit, but the reason I asked that is because every white rapper in history since M blew up has been compared to Eminem.
Yeah.
If you're a white rapper, you're automatically being compared to Eminem. The reason I asked that, is there a Persian artist or someone that, you know, people are like, oh, Amir or DVO is this, and that, you know?
Looking at really a lot of Persian artists that I've listened to and stuff like that, they don't really do the type of songs that I do. They're a lot more like lovey-dovey, way more like kind of instrumental and kind of high beats and stuff like that. So in reality, no, I've never really been compared to anyone out of like a Persian music industry like artist. I've never really been compared to anyone like that. Mostly been compared to more of the Canadian and the North American singers.
Okay. Have you ever thought about going to Iran to sing? Try pursuing a career over there?
I don't know, maybe. Like I have thought about making a song that does have like, you know, Farsi in it, which is basically the Persian language, to kind of mix it up a little bit, but I still haven't really gotten to that part. Like I'm still kind of pushing it aside because I feel like, you know, I got to build a little bit of a fan base here first before I could start building a fan base other places.
Fair enough. And the way I've seen it, bro, you have been blowing up in the city a lot. And not just the city, I want to say maybe, you know, in Detroit. And I've seen people in Toronto. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know your name is actually growing. And when I first got involved in the whole scene here and everything like that, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody making music that was actually doing well. I feel like the more, you know, I want to shout out some producers, DJ Kid, Avius, a bunch of these producers linked with these artists and vocalists and rappers and started, you know, growing together. Now there's a whole fucking shitload of them.
Oh, yeah. And the first person I really ever worked with was TMB. And, you know, he was the one that kind of started to give me the confidence and start to, you know, be more vocal, be more open and stuff like that. And then after we dropped our EP, I decided that it was a smart idea for me to try to get some input from other producers, you know, other people that I've worked with, some pretty big people in Windsor and stuff like that. And, you know, for example, like, you know, DJ Kid himself, he basically saw what I was able to do. And when we started working together, it's like our chemistry was already there.
Right.
Same thing with Avius. I mean, we've made some crazy songs these past few months together. And for them all to be on the album is just a dream come true because, you know, it's like I finally found someone that basically can understand the type of beats I like, understand the type of I guess you could say idea that I'm trying to put out there to people, and people can connect to it. And I can't forget my boy David Keys. He really did give me a lot of motivational speech. He did really, you know, reach out to me and talk to me a lot and tell me my ups and downs and some stuff that I'm doing wrong. And it's because of those people that I've been able to kind of grow the past year the way that I have. I've been more confident, you know, I've been more able to, you know, perform live now without any hesitation or, you know, being nervous or scared. Like I go out full confidence and I put out a show. And it's been successful so far, and I'm hoping to see more.
What's the largest crowd you performed in front of?
I'd say the largest crowd was probably at the Coming Home Music Festival, which was the event that I did as an opening act for Fetty Wap, and that's like a 4,000 plus venue.
Yeah.
When I performed, there was probably roughly around 400 to 550 people already there.
Okay. When
I was doing the opening act performance, so I mean, for a guy that just started up a few months before that, you know, I took pretty huge pride in that I was able to perform for such a big event. How'd you land that gig? That gig was actually landed through an audition. I kind of went up against, if I remember correctly, I think it was like 25 or 30 other people that were auditioning. Shit. And only 2 people were really picked out of all those people. And basically I just kind of went up and the judges were all there. There was like 6 judges. And I performed 3 of my songs, and from there, basically, I just waited, and then they called me up and said, "Hey, you got the spot." And actually, I'm so thankful that I did, because if I hadn't, I would have never met my mentor, Mansuki. Okay. And, you know,
shout out to Mansuki.
Shout out to Mansuki. He's really helped me a lot. Like, if I had not got that gig, I probably would have never been in contact with him the way that I am now. And for that, I'm forever grateful. The things he's taught me, the things he's told me to do, it's really helped me progress. And honestly, I'm so forever grateful for what he's done for me.
Yeah, he's great, man. I met him once. Like, I've only had a full conversation with him one time, and that was in Avius' studio, actually. I want to give a shout out to Avius. I'm rocking his hoodie right now. Yeah, I met him once in Avius' studio one time, and he was super down to earth. The first time I met him, the man greeted me like I known him forever.
Yeah, he's a very down to earth guy.
And, you know, he's always telling me, he's like, you ever need anything, I got you. And, man, it's crazy the type of, like, people that actually come out of Windsor when everyone's like, yo, Windsor's this and that. It's not supportive. I feel like in the last 2 or 3 years, everyone's been kind of helping each other grow.
Yeah, I have noticed that, you know, it has been a lot more productive lately, where people are kind of doing all these little tiny shout outs. Like, I don't know if people really understand this, but even if you don't really purchase anything, just giving them a shout out or like sharing their stuff on their story goes a long way.
100%.
Because you may not, necessarily like what they're posting or what they're creating, but someone in your friends list might. Right. And that's literally how people create their fan base. It's from other people sharing their stuff.
For sure.
So, if I'm always here posting and asking people to share, it's not for me to be annoying. It's for me to try and basically reach out to other people that I don't have on contacts right now. And from there on, basically, I let my own work do the rest of the talking.
I'm a perfect example for that because you share everything on your Instagram stories, and there's so many artists and models and dancers that I found through you.
Yeah, I'm very, very down for always helping local businesses, local models, local artists. I'm very down to earth. I'm very chill. The only thing I ever ask really is just don't really cross me wrong, because like that's really it. Like if I'm out here, wasting, my time and putting in the effort of spreading the word about your stuff and your promotions and stuff like that, I don't really expect that back. But at the same time, it would be very nice if you did do that to me too. Sure. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want to be the type of person where I'm sharing, but I never get anything really back in return. And it's not like I'm expecting anything back in return. But it's just a respect thing, Yeah. And everyone that I'm in contact with from Windsor mostly is rappers. Aside from 420, I'm really like kind of the only singer who's not in really a band or in a group that's doing this by itself, And right. For a solo artist, I feel like it's difficult, whether you be a rapper or an artist or a musician or whatnot, because it's more difficult to build a fan base. You got to be able to connect to your people. You got to be able to interact with your fans and stuff like that. And whenever I meet people downtown and stuff like that, I'll be with my team and stuff, and people will scream out, "Hey DVO, hey, how's it going?" And I'll be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Like, and sometimes they want to take pictures, sometimes they just want to talk, and I'm down with it. Like I'm not the type of person that will shy away from a conversation. But at the same time, I'm not the same type of person that like puts it in people's faces.
Right.
Like I don't go around saying, "Oh, yo, you know who I am?" Like I'm DVO. No, I'm pretty low key about it. If you spot me and you recognize me, that's cool. That's awesome.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, always. It's an amazing feeling, and that's happened so many times. And there's people I've never met in my life before, and I'll be at a club or something, and people are like, "Yo, you're DVO," and I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, how's it going?" They're like, "Bro, like I fuck with your music, this, and this," and I'm like, "Well, dude, I appreciate it." Right. And then later on, next thing you know, they start sharing all your stuff, and it's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy vibe.
Well, they want to know that if the artist is, willing to interact with them too. It's like, why not? If the artist is a douchebag, it's like, no, fuck you. I'm too big for you type shit.
No, yeah, exactly.
Why would they share your shit? Well, I feel like, especially at a local level.
Yeah, it's Rose City, Windsor is basically like my life. That's literally anything I know. I don't know any other city. I don't know anything else. So when I rep Windsor, I rep Windsor. I'm gonna rep it till I die, no matter what. Even if it supports me or it doesn't, it's basically where I started. It's where my legacy is starting from.
Right.
And the contacts and stuff that I've made, just within the past years is crazy. And, if I continue to pursue it and I, continue to get the support that I get from local businesses, and cities, which by the way, I wouldn't be able to do the album release party if it wasn't for my sponsors, which basically are amazing. We got Messiah Lounge and Cafe where they're sponsoring their whole venue for the album release party. And then we got, Padron Barbershop, which is a crazy place that I've been going to for the past 3 years, getting my haircut. And they're sponsoring me to help create this album release party. Mm-hmm. Same with A Slice of Pie, pizzeria, amazing pizza, which is located in LaSalle. And Monaco Express Shawarma, crazy shawarma place that's located on Huron. And honestly, if it wasn't for these local businesses seeing the talent and helping me support, I probably wouldn't even be able to throw the album release party that we are throwing, in a few weeks. So I'm forever grateful for that. Like it shows me that the city is supporting me. It doesn't have to be the modern age kids and everything like that supporting me. It's even seeing local businesses say, "Hey, we got trust in you. We got faith in you. We know you're going to make it." That gives me so much motivation to continue on.
100%.
So it's a crazy feeling.
As an artist, you got to hear that too, right? You can't always just people being like doubting you or hating on you. You have to have people being like, "Yo, we got your back. We got you." You know what I'm saying? You have to hear that shit too. It keeps going. I want to touch on the album release party now. Sure. Like I want to touch on the whole project because this is a big thing for you. Yeah, this is a big thing for Windsor. This is a big thing for me personally because seeing half these tracks come together with Avius and you. So I'm super excited for it, man. I want to talk a little bit about it. So it's called Devotion.
Yes.
What's the meaning behind the name?
Devotion basically started off, well, DVO. It's the 3 letters that come from devotion. And basically, it started off from there because I got into this and then I started to stay devoted to it because it became what I breathe, what I eat, and what I sleep. And, you know, when I was in the process of creating the album, I was coming up with names and stuff like that. And then, you know, one morning I just woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start it off with a chapter 1 and we're going to call it Devotion. And then from there, I've already got all 6 albums ready and prayed. 6 albums.
Pieces to this thing.
Yeah.
Do you have the names of all of them?
So I'm only going to name 2 of them because okay. I don't want to give them down the road yet because that's too far down the road.
Fair enough.
But chapter 1 is going to be Devotion.
Okay.
Chapter 2 is going to be Destruction.
Okay.
Chapter 3 is going to be The Downfall.
Wow.
So I got a lot of things
planned. Sounds like
planned.
It's in a dark direction, man.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm the type of person that wants to make sure that my fans can connect to the lyrics, to connect to the songs. And a lot of the songs are about heartbreaks, you know, being cheated on, this and that. And it's because my past relationships have been a roller coaster. So everything that you hear in those songs, they're true. You know, they're very, very heartfelt. They're very me sitting at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. writing lyrics down. And it's gotten to the point where now me being able to express it in my vocals and stuff like that, it relieves me. I feel like light.
No, I feel that 100%, man. How many tracks are on the album?
So we have 13 tracks on my first album. And basically after that, we're going to aim for 20 songs for the second album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think it's well, in today's day and age when everyone says, you know, people have less attention spans and everyone's, you know, songs went from 4.5, 5 minutes down to like 2 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think putting a lot of songs on an album is more beneficial or less beneficial than putting, say, 3 or 4, maybe even 6 tracks on an album?
The thing is, it's like the songs on the album, they only reach maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. So they're not crazy long. But giving them the variety, because if you've heard a few of them, there's a huge variety. You know, there's some that are like dancing music that you'd listen to in the club. And then there's some that is like mellow, where you'd just be chilling at home listening to it. And then there's some where there's literally songs that you'd just be driving and you'd be listening to it. Yeah. And, you know, I did that for the particular reason where there's some people that may not like every single song on the album, and that's fine. But those people that do like those specific songs, great. That's amazing. And I'm glad that you guys like it. You know, it's not like, I know for sure not all of my songs are going to be liked. Not all of my songs are going to be loved. Some of them might not even be listened to. And that's fine. That's okay. But it's having them out there, because the thing is, the more content that I have out, if someone down the road finds me and says they want to start following me, they want to know how many songs I got. How many products do I have out?
Right.
Like, does this guy have enough content for me to stay intrigued until he drops more?
But do you think that comes down to a question of quality over quantity?
100%. 100%.
So can you stand by all your songs on this album?
I can stand by
all of them. All these tracks on this album are quality.
Yes, because I've literally spent hours on each song, and I can say that.
Yeah.
I spent hours on each song, and you know, they're all very deep to me, and like they're all very true to the point where if someone wants to say no, that's false, I'd be like, dude, I can pull you up the truth if you want. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. Like, so it's not something that I'd say, oh, like I literally just smacked a bunch of songs on the album just to call it an album.
Right.
No, these 13, 14 songs on the album have been a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress, you know, breakdowns in the studio, and you know, it's been a crazy drive, and for it to all be coming together now is it's a dream come true, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, heck, we've already got 2 music videos dropping soon from the album,
right?
Which is the first one's dropping in a few days on Sunday.
What's the track?
Which is a very intense song that I wrote at like 3 a.m. And I
heard that one.
It's a different song for sure. It's something that I would have never expected myself to make. But then again, Avius on the beat, the guy's crazy with it. So,
insane.
You know, I'm feeling it, and then I went in and did whatever I had to do. But the visuals for that drop on July 21st, which is 2 days from now.
Yeah.
And I am so excited for everybody to see this because we put a lot of work into it.
So you and I were talking about this earlier. So you've worked with Noel Capinelli as a video director on quite a few tracks already.
Most of my tracks, actually, all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one of my videos have been done by Noah.
This time around, you work with Kennedy as the director.
Yes. So I kind of switched it up a little bit because this song, was a lot more deeper. It was a lot more darker. And I wanted to kind of get a female's perspective on it. And, you know, with it being the way it was, the song, when I brought Kennedy on board, she really organized everything like crazy. Like the idea, the plot that she had, I would have never came up with. Noah probably would have, but she was really, really spot on. Like I gave her a month and a half to come up with a script, to come up with an idea of what she wants to do. And, you know, it was a 2-day shoot. So, which was one of the longest shoots I've had in a long time. So I was very surprised, you know, with her way of directing and her way of, you know, doing everything. And I mean, she's also editing the video too.
Okay. Yeah,
so it's very interesting. I honestly thought she was just directing. But then, you know, she told me, oh, I'm also editing it. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, like honestly, Noah Capinelli and Kennedy were an amazing team to work with. Yeah. And I will 100% be working with them again. Actually, I have another music video shoot set for August 3rd with Noah. And that's actually a music video shoot for the intro of the album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that one because we got some very, very awesome planned for that.
I'm excited for that one. Shout out to Noah Capinelli and Kennedy, man. They've done great 100%. Fucking work.
They've been doing amazing.
Shit. I love it. I want to talk about the album, like the tracks on the album, because like I've heard all the tracks you did with Avius.
Yeah.
I was in studio from the creation for a bunch of them. Sounds fucking great. But someone who hasn't heard anything, what can they expect from this album?
They can expect to feel my pain. They can expect to feel what it feels like in this day and age to date, especially if you don't date. It's a different vibe. You can sit down and listen to the lyrics and honestly say, whoa, like, who did you wrong? Or like, what was going on in that relationship? Because I kid you not, like, whenever I listen to you, I tear up when the chorus hits because I get flooded with flashbacks. Because, you know, the chorus is basically just, everybody's told me about you, but I still don't care about what they say about you. And, you know, that hit me hard because my past relationship, so many people told me so much about my girl, like my ex. And then I never really approved of it or never accepted it until it was too late. And then that really hit me hard.
It happens a lot.
It happens a lot. And a lot of people don't really talk about it.
Right.
You know, they bottle it up. And then next thing you know, they blow up because they can't contain it anymore. And for me, my way of releasing it is through my songs. So when people are going to listen to those lyrics, some are going to be like, oh, I know who he's talking about. Some are going to be like, damn, he's really hurt. Or some are going to be like, I would have never expected that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's a different vibe.
When I heard that hook, though, it definitely it struck a nerve, bro. Because I was sitting there and I'm like, you can feel the emotion, you feel the pain in your voice, and it's not just you putting words to a beat. No, it's you actually pouring your heart out into the microphone.
I mean, when that falsetto comes in, and I hit that note, it made my body get the goosebumps because I
remember asking him, like, hey, you've been practicing that note? You came back and you recorded that a second time. I remember that.
Yeah, because when I first recorded it, it was all right. But the second time when I came back, I gave myself goosebumps when I was hearing it through the headphones. Right. And that was a crazy feeling because I'm like, whoa, imagine listening to that while you're high. Like, damn, I'm sober. And that gave me the goosebumps. Right. Imagine if you're high and you listen to that.
No, I feel you. So the album you said comes out August 10th.
Yes.
Let's talk about this album release party a little bit. Where is it happening? How's it happening? Where can we get tickets? Right. All that good shit.
So it's happening at 882 Messiah, Erie Street. It's on Erie Street. And it's happening at the Messiah Cafe and Lounge, basically a fairly new cafe area that opened up. And they're going to be providing, you know, alcohol, hookah, booths, tables, and stuff like that. And it's going to be hosted by our very own DJ Kid. He's going to be hosting Shout out to Kid. He's going to be hosting the whole ceremony. I also was able to bring in my boys to do live performances. Okay. We got Peso Benji. Shout out to Peso Benji coming out. We got RT Raz, Uncle T. We got my boy from London, Zel Calvin. Ooh. Yeah, he's coming out. He's a real G. He's a real one for doing that.
He's really fucking
man,
he's
Booby,
up there,
bro. Booby, you got Booby on the track. You know what I mean? He's
one of the top artists from the city.
Hands down, he is one of the wildest guys I've ever partied with, and at the same time, his music is banging.
Yeah.
Danny Green Music.
Ooh,
he's also one of my boys. He's gonna be out there performing too. They're all gonna be starting to perform at around 10:45, 11.
Okay.
Doors do open at 9.
Okay.
You can buy tickets on Eventbrite right now. They're for $10. No tax, no nothing, no hidden fees. Just straight up $10. And at the door later on, it's gonna be $15 if you go at the day. So basically they will start performing at around 10:45, 11 is when their show starts and they start performing. And then at midnight, once the album drops, I will be performing 4 of my songs off the album.
Can you name which 4, or is it gonna be a surprise?
I want to surprise people.
Okay.
I want to surprise people because I feel like they deserve it. You know, they've seen little snippets of the songs here and there, and I feel like I want them to feel it when I perform it live for the first time.
I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited.
I'm stoked to hear these tracks finally come to life. Like, it's one thing hearing them in a studio through monitors. It's one thing hearing them on stage in live performance.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm super stoked, man. Like, I can't wait, and I wish you all the best with all this
Thank
shit,
you,
man.
100%.
Like, I've been rocking with you for a minute now, and like to see this album actually come together is like finally. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a long year. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of people say, "Whoa, 1 year flew by."
Yeah.
I'm over here like, nah, man. It took forever for it to fly by.
So what are you gonna do after this album then? You partying?
After this album, I'm gonna promote it a little bit. I'm gonna take a little break. You know, probably travel, gain some more influences, and then come back and start the next album. Okay. Probably drop an EP along the way.
Okay.
Just to kind of keep people on the loop, and then start working on the album again.
Hell yeah, man. So that's fucking sick. Like I said, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see the party. Can't wait to listen to the entire track. How many producers you got on this again? I know Avius is one of them.
We got Avius. We got TMB. DJ Kid, and that's it. We only got 3 producers, yeah.
All right, so it's going to be, what you said, 15 songs you said?
13 to 14 songs.
13, 14
We're
songs.
still debating on one of those songs, so.
Okay, fair enough. But with 3 producers on only that many tracks, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to have a very distinct sound.
Oh, yeah. All 3 of them are going to have distinct sounds.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to tell right off the bat. They're going to be like, yo, I know who made that song. I know who made that song, and I know who made that song.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be and that's what I want because, like, you know, people are going to be able to be like, oh, man, I fuck with this because I like who did it. And you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, people want to do that.
That's crazy, man. DVO, bro, thank you again for joining me.
Of course. No worries,
Before we head out, tell the people where they can find you, all your social media plugs.
You can find me on YouTube at DVO Official. You can also find me on Instagram at DVO_music. You can also find me on Facebook at DVO. And it's basically pretty much it. I don't really use Twitter and stuff like that.
Right.
So it is what it is. But yeah, so follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube, and stay tuned because we got a lot of music videos coming out.
All my social media links you can see on the title card at the end of this video. I'll post his links in the description below. And also, like I said, shout out to Avius for this hoodie. Super fucking comfortable, bro. I rock this shit everywhere I go. It's fucking, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. You have to experience Avius in the studio to realize how he really is.
This interview was brought to you by Avius. Let's just say that.
Shout out to Avius, bro. I'll post a link to his shop in the description as well, so you can cop yours. I'll post a link to his Spotify, all that shit too. Devo, my guy, thank you again for joining me.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me.
We'll be in touch. Thank you for watching. See you next time.